This is no, wait, here we are. Here's
Boom.
another episode of Mr. Big Mouth. I'm here with Shawn Kavanaugh.
That's right.
That's right, actor extraordinaire
Chill.
from Tewksbury.
That's right.
Tewksbury, New Jersey.
Yep.
If you know, you know. Up there north. I used to live up in Hackettstown. Is that by
Dude, that's right near me. That's right in my neck of the woods. I know Mansfield, Hackettstown very well.
There you go.
I go to the movie theater that's up there all the time.
That's right.
Yep.
Yep. Mansfield, that's funny you say that's where the ShopRite is.
Yes, sir.
Look at that. I know that.
I hate that ShopRite, by the way.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah. You have to give the machine a quarter to get a cart every time you shop.
Isn't that annoying?
Dumb.
I know. That's so funny. Yeah, I moved out there during COVID. I'm from this area, and I just, wanted to get away from everybody.
Right on.
So I lived out in the woods for a while, but it was nice, and I had a good time. But enough about me. What about you, Shawn? What are you doing? Tell everybody who you are, what you do, how you do it.
First of all, thank you. I'm good. Thank you for having me. My name is Shawn Kavanaugh. Yeah, like you said, I'm not an actor extraordinaire, but I am an actor. I'm an actor, comedian, voice actor, all that stuff, man. I'm an actor at the end of the day, but I started doing comedy first. So the acting stuff kind of derived from comedy.
Okay.
And that's actually how I met A Hood, who is I'm a frequent collaborator of his, and that's my homeboy.
I love A Hood.
Yeah, shout out to A Hood, man. He's the man.
Shout out to the Dirty Divas.
Dirty Divas. Yeah, we're both in that.
That's right.
Yeah,
Look
we're
at
both
that.
in that. Yep. But yeah, man, just been rocking and rolling in this Jersey acting scene, bro. It's been fun, They say it's a grind, but it's a grind that's really, really worthwhile and fun. So I don't mind putting in the extra work and going the extra steps because it got me here. So
yeah, you know what's weird? Like and you're right, it's a grind, but it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
And I catch myself even to this day, and I've been in this business for a minute. You have your days. You're human. You get annoyed, get pissed off.
Yeah.
But then when it all settles down, you remember, I love doing this.
Yeah.
Right? And it's a human reaction. Sometimes to get a little edgy. But, I mean, we've been blessed to do what we love. Now, you told me before we got on the show that you started acting at 10 years old.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Started acting at 10 years old. I did a program at the Hunterdon County Votech Center. So, like, when I was in, middle school or elementary school, I can't remember. I'm still waking up. But I did a program where they were like, if you want to be an actor, come do this program in the summertime. So my mother signed me up, and I did it. And I met a guy named Tony Kinnett. Shout out to him. He's the man. He has a band called Tony and the Trees. They're based out of Jersey, I think. And we shot a short film called Super Kids, and it's really cringy. And it's still on YouTube. So if you want to go watch it, it's called Super Kids. But
nah, that's not cringy. When you're doing your first gig,
I mean,
it is
my
what
acting
it is.
wasn't that great.
That's okay. You're 10 years old.
Hey, there's some 10-year-old actors that are fire.
Yeah.
Like, look
but
at Macaulay Culkin. That kid was everywhere back then.
This is true.
You know what I mean?
This is true. But nah, I mean, Ted, you got to start somewhere, right?
Of
You
course.
started young. So from doing your first gig, right? Then obviously you were telling me you went back to school. Did some schools? Obviously you went back to school. You were in school.
Yeah. I couldn't take time off to be like an actual actor.
Sure.
My parents wanted me to just finish school and be a kid,
So where did your love for acting come?
Oh, man. Well, I'm a camera hoe, if you know what that means. Like, anytime a camera came on, I was in front of it.
Yeah.
I was like, record me.
Yeah.
Even at family gatherings, I was like that. I loved kind of being recorded as a kid, and I loved just making people laugh. That was my thing. I was very quick-witted, and I still am. I can make a joke out of any situation. So people were telling me, dude, you got to be in movies. You got to be on TV. You got to do this, that, and the third. And at the time, I really didn't know how to do that because in my town and in my community, there was no programs that were offering it at the time until I found Tony Kinnett's program, and then I did that. But, it was many, many years of just figuring out, where I could get my feet wet in terms of being an actor or being a comedian. And, I did church plays. That was my start. And then, to kind of get a feel for audience interaction and the reaction and getting a feel for acting and stuff like that. But I feel like I really came into my acting self in high school because that's when I could really, once I turned 18, it was go time.
Yeah.
So I was just off to the races, doing community theater, improv classes, all this kind of stuff. And eventually I met Hood, and it just took off from there because he saw me do stand-up, and he came up to me. He was like, yo, you are hilarious. That's how he talked. Yo, Shawn, you was hilarious.
That's a good impression of him.
You killed that shit, Shawn. You was hilarious. I'm a director, and I want to cast you in my movies.
And when he told me that, I'm like, yeah, right. Because I'm like, before that, I got offers from people who said they were actors and directors, and they said we had projects lined up, and they just went radio silent. I didn't hear from them. So when a Hood came up, I thought it was going to be more of the same thing, but he was a man of his word, and I had a little cameo in Ladies in 2021, and I kind of regret promoting that as hard as I did because I was barely in the movie. It was literally a 2-second shot of the side of my head.
Hey, it's something.
And I wasn't even in the credits though.
Oh,
that's the sad
that
part.
don't
Like
count.
everyone was
That
like,
don't count.
yeah, it wasn't like
No.
everyone was like, why aren't you on the carpet? And I had to like make up a lie. I'm like, you know what? They have a carpet separate for like the extras.
Yeah, that's just carpet.
they have an extras carpet.
But A-Hood is that, you're absolutely right. He came up to me. One of our hosts of the shows here, Simply Sessions, was having an artist showcase in New York City, and Lamar, mutual friend Lamar, another actor
Lamar
here,
Smith, my boy.
he's going to be here.
Yep.
Mentioned him, and I show up there, and A-Hood walks up to me, and he's like, "Hey, I just rewrote the script so we can add you in your podcast studio into the movie or show he's doing, Dirty Divas."
Dirty Divas.
I go, sure, whatever.
Yeah.
I've heard that too before. No, next day he's like, all right, next Saturday. I'm like, nice.
Right?
I love people that
very
follow
spur of the
through.
moment, right?
Yeah, and I totally love it. Let me ask you something about acting.
What you got?
Okay, so I'm mostly behind the scenes, but I've been in front of the camera.
No doubt.
For me, acting, and you tell me if you agree with this or if there's something else that it's the timing. Once you figure out your flow,
Yeah.
the timing,
Yeah.
then I think acting really becomes second nature, and it comes across the camera as second nature.
Yes.
Have you noticed that also?
Well, yeah, especially like with characters that I play. A lot of them, when I read the script, I'm like, oh my God, this is so in my voice.
Yeah.
A lot of the time I can read a script and know if the role's right for me because of the way that the words jump off the page at me.
Yeah.
And, especially with A-Hood, I get to improvise a lot. So, like, we just did A-Hood comedy show that premiered last year at Cityplex, and that's going to be on Tubi this year. And I got to improv a lot in that. Of course, some of the stuff I said was scripted, but I got to put a lot of me in the characters I was playing in each skit in the film. And that was really cool. But, yes, you're absolutely right. I feel like timing is everything, because a joke, like, there could be a joke in the script, right? And it won't make you laugh when you're reading it, but when you deliver it, boom, it's like, oh, that was hilarious. And sometimes you'll be sitting in the theater like, that was funny to you guys?
Yeah,
I didn't think that was that funny.
And I hear that a lot from actors too. When you're doing it, you're like, but then you get the reaction, and
Oh, man.
it's a self-conscious thing. And you're right.
Yeah.
There was the script we had done for Dirty Divas here. I had whatever 6 lines, 7
Sure.
lines
Yeah.
playing this person. It's not that much of a stretch.
Sure.
But and I think that's even harder sometimes is like playing yourself.
I was just about to say that. I feel like
Yeah.
playing yourself, because you got to embellish yourself, though.
Yeah,
Because you're big mouth, but you're not big mouth.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And it's a kind of like emphasizing certain words and
Yes.
questions that separate me from the character, and it's an interesting craft.
Dude.
And I've been around it my whole life. I like you said, you had done a church thing. I grew up literally down the block from
Oh,
here.
no way.
My church is down there. I was in these plays, Veronica's Veil and stuff like that, where people would come in
Yeah.
and. I had a death scene at like 8 years old, and you could hear people crying in the audience. You're
Really?
like, yeah.
That must have felt really cool, though, as an 8-year-old.
It feels cool, but you don't know why it's cool.
Yeah, no,
You know
until
what I'm
you
saying?
grow up and you're like, damn, I made people cry.
Yeah. That's why I tell the
like,
story
I'm
now.
cold-blooded. You know what I'm saying?
You hear in the background.
Oh, man, the sniffles. Once you hear it's like, oh, I got something. I got
him.
You know if you're a good actor if you can make someone cry like that. Like, watching it,
Yeah. So I mean, it's an amazing art and craft, and there's totally a grind to this.
Oh yeah, 100%. I always tell people, like, if you don't want to do this, like, if you're not built for the set life and the acting life, don't do it. Because a lot of people think acting is just saying words in front of a camera. Way more to it.
No.
Long days, long hours, long nights. You're on set.
Yeah, and especially with the way the media world is now and how everything is changing. I mean, a lot of people make a good living just talking to the camera like this and yapping and ranting and whatever.
Oh, man.
Acting is another level.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you've got a good actor, whatever the story is about, takes you to that place.
Yeah.
Right? Like you're so if you're in a period piece and it's the 18th century, you can take them away.
That's a fact.
Into the 18th century or whatever the piece is about. And it's a really, really hard talent. I really admire you that you're out there doing this.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, man. Yeah, totally.
You know your movies too.
What?
You're a cinephile. I can tell because we were talking in the A-Hood group chat. You know your movies, bro.
I this is what I grew up on.
Me too.
I grew
Big
up on
movie
watching
guy.
it, and I love it, and I love being in it, and it's funny. I got into this. HBO. When it first came out in whatever the mid '80s, late '80s, they did this behind the scenes thing of like
Sopranos.
Not the Sopranos. Like the opening of all HBO shows. It's like they used to go through like a little town. Anyway, it was they were showing behind the scenes of how they shot something, and it was like going through like a model set and then coming up.
That's sick.
Yeah, like
that's
old
cool.
school before CG.
Yeah,
CGI.
Life was better before CG. Let's keep it
really
stacked.
was. There wasn't. Well, what it is, and I hear it's because it was an art form, right? And not to say that digital stuff is not an art form. It is. But to actually have physical things like this and come around it and make it look bigger than what it is, or whatever the case is.
Yeah.
I remember sitting back and looking at my parents at whatever 7, 8 years old. I'm like, that's a job, and they're like, yeah, that's the entertainment business. Like, oh,
yeah, man,
and it got me hooked,
dude.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't know where or how I was going to enter the business. But I'm like, I'm going to be there.
That's kind of like how I got into it. I saw Back to the Future for the first time when I was 6, and I'm like, what the? Michael J. Fox, that's my guy right there.
Yeah.
What a guy! What an actor, man.
Really.
And even now, he still got it.
No.
After all his Parkinson's diagnosis, he's still. Have you seen the documentary that he did?
No.
It's called Still.
Okay.
And they talked about how he shot Family Ties because that was a sitcom.
Yeah.
And he was so in tune with the set that he would know, like when he walked through a door, he would know when it was going to shut so it wouldn't overlap his line so he could say his line.
Now that's like, what's his name?
He's wild with it.
Yeah. What's his name? Will Smith memorized everyone's lines on The Fresh Prince.
Yeah, and he was mouthing it.
And mouthing it. You seen that before?
He was and you could actually see it in the first episode, the first couple episodes.
You see the lips going a little bit.
He's like moving his mouth, and he's like, "Yo, he was really in tune with the script."
Yeah,
that's how you know he's dedicated.
Yeah,
he's one of the greatest actors of our time. So.
He really is.
Yeah, and I know people like were trying to discredit him after the slap and stuff.
Yeah,
he did what he had to do. I don't hate him for that.
No, I don't. Well, it's Hollywood, so
you know what I'm saying.
The drama.
I thought it was a skit when I first saw it.
I thought it was too.
You know what I'm saying?
I thought it was like,
because it looked like Chris leaned into it.
Yeah,
and then went like this.
Yeah.
But I'm like seeing on social media. I'm like, oh, it was real.
No, you just saw a domestic dispute live.
Yeah,
in front of the world. That was
I didn't know what to make of it after they said it was real. I'm like, wow.
Yeah. Let me, since we're on that topic,
sure.
What are your, you see people in this business, right? When you're out there, are you truly 100% yourself, or do you hold back because of maybe being caught on camera doing stuff that's not right? Or
I don't give a shit.
I mean, I'm not saying something illegal or anything like that. I'm just saying being you, and sometimes you may be raw and you may say inappropriate shit.
Oh my god, dude, I'm unfiltered. I don't give a fuck.
I know, I'm on the thread with you.
It's like I don't give a shit. I'm not media trained, so I'm not. I'm like A-Hood knows what it is. All the directors I work with, they know what it is. They cast me in something. They're like, all right, if he does an interview for this, he probably will say something that it's gonna offend somebody. But it also is good promotion because like, oh, this kid, he's saying whatever. So now we got to watch what he's in because he's so it's kind of like Hannah Montana, best of both worlds. You know, you get to it could stir up controversy, but at the end, it kind of helps you at the end. But like to answer the question simply, no pun intended. No, I don't care about looking weird like in real life.
I
act, and then once they yell cut, I'm Shawn again.
Yeah, and I'm glad the kind of the younger generation is kind of more free now.
100%.
There was a little time period in the last 10, 12 years where people kind of froze up a little bit.
Yeah, man. Yeah, oh my God. You could tell, like, especially like those Disney actors, those guys, you couldn't post certain things on social media. You couldn't have a YouTube channel. It was kind of like being in the military.
Yeah.
Like, like in the military, when you join, when you enlist, they make you take down everything.
Yeah,
no social media, no YouTube, any digital footprint, it's got to go.
Yeah.
So you're kind of walking on eggshells the entire time. And it's like, I don't want to live my life doing that.
No.
I'm an authentic man.
Yeah. It's one of the main reasons why I've, opened up Big Mount Studio was to provide a place for people to be that way. Because I left television in the early 2000s, and even then I started noticing the beginnings of this kind of cancel culture.
Oh my God,
weirdness, cliques and stuff like that.
I hate cancel culture.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't want anything to do with this. I didn't get into that.
Oh my God, I have no interest.
Yeah.
Because my thing is like, if you're gonna get offended by any form of media or anything, don't watch it.
Don't watch it.
Don't watch it and then go, well, they made fun of this, they made fun of that. It's like, bro. You have eyes, you can watch something else.
Yeah, that's been going on for decades now.
Yeah,
like,
but now since we got
turn it
social
off.
media,
yeah, it's
louder.
It gets amplified by algorithms and everything else,
and it's more prominent, and it's more, you're inundated with it more now.
Correct.
And everyone's got to, and I feel like the idiot's opinion has more sound than it did 20, 30, 40 years ago.
Well, that's the algorithm likes the idiot opinion. That's what keeps it on the platform.
Yeah, exactly, because they got a platform. Exactly, it's ridiculous.
But in real life, it's not the case. Somebody
Exactly.
says something stupid, you call them out. They kind of get quiet, but but the algorithm loves it.
They do.
What project you're working on right now?
Right now, Dirty Divas, that's in production right now. Shout out to A Hood, we got that coming out in the summertime. I play Lamar's. I play like Lamar's guy in the chair. I play a character named Reggie, and he's basically the Alfred to Lamar's Batman.
Okay.
So basically, like if Lamar needs a gun, I got you. If he needs a beer, I'll open it for you and I'll slide it across the table. I got you.
Yeah.
So like if he's gonna fight somebody, I'm in there with him.
Okay.
So like I'm kind of like his minion, if you will.
Gotcha.
But I'm not funny in it, which was cool to play a character that wasn't
straight.
Funny. Yeah. Oh my God. He's like, he'll kill someone at the drop of a hat. If JoJo, that's Lamar's character, if he says, "Yo, go get that guy," I'm getting him. I'll kill him and ask questions later.
And that's good. That's a stretch coming from comedy and more of a lighthearted actor.
Oh, yeah.
To be able to go straight and narrow early in your career, early-ish in your career and switch it up, that shows range.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
Because shout out to A Hood and Bless, because they were the ones that wanted me to do that, because they wanted to see me play a different character and go down a different route than I've usually have gone down. So like, shout out to them for making me push myself in that way. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, there's good like that.
Big time.
Yeah, I like working with A Hood.
He's the man.
Is there anything out there, type of project that you would really like to get your teeth sunk into?
Anime.
Yes. Like real life anime or voiceover?
Voiceover.
Okay.
So I do a lot of voice acting on my off time, like when I'm not on camera or filming with A Hood or whatever. I do a lot of voice acting, and anime is something that I have a huge affinity for. I've grown up watching anime from Pokemon to Jujutsu Kaisen, even though that's newer, Demon Slayer, Death Note, all that stuff. And I get a lot of inspiration from anime too in the roles that I play. Even if it's a comedy, just the way they command the screen, certain characters like Tanjiro from Demon Slayer, when he's on screen, you're fixated on him.
Yeah.
You can't take your eyes off the guy. So if I could voice any anime character who's like in my age bracket, I would totally do it, man. I'd be game. Like, even if it's for 2 seconds, I'll hop on that.
Voice work is really interesting part of the acting game.
Oh, yeah.
Because I believe that really allows you to really let loose.
Oh, man.
Right? Because there's no visual of you at that point.
Oh, my God.
Like,
it's so freeing.
Yeah, you sit in the booth and you can really let go, not worry about, my face contorted like this when I said it like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it sounds good.
Yep.
Yeah, 100%. And it's funny. I'll be honest with you. I'm not an anime fan, but I just never came across my life. But since I've been here, my niece Angela, God bless her, she opened my eyes to it a couple of years ago. I said, okay, it's interesting. But a lot of people have come through here, actors, from all parts of life, doing all sorts of career stuff. I'm really much into anime, and the more I hear you guys talk about it, it's the storytelling.
Oh my God.
100% the storytelling.
100%. And the animation.
But the animation.
But it's the storytelling that like makes you stay.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
That's the overarching, what I hear from people. Obviously the animation is great, but everyone that talks about it, they talk about life lessons and, how to approach things and what it provides you and all these different aspects of how you come at life. And I'm like,
yeah.
And I just thought it was Dragon Ball Z and big spiky hair.
Nah, dog. It's like a huge. It's a cattle cove of stuff.
Amazing.
It's amazing.
We had they're called the blurred community, the black nerd community. They came in here and they were all anime fans and they did a show here and I sat back there cutting the show and I'm like, man, this is way deeper than I knew about,
dude,
right?
Once you dive into the lore, you're just in there for like hours.
Yeah, they did a 2-hour show here.
Oh yeah, I believe it.
And they could have went another 2 hours.
I believe it, bro.
Yeah.
I believe it. I gotta watch that. That's hilarious. The black, what is it?
Blurred.
The blurred.
The black nerd community.
That's amazing. That sounds like me and Lamar when we talk to each other. That's all we talk about is anime or Power Rangers, whatever.
Shout out to Elizabeth if you're watching this.
Shout out to Elizabeth.
Elizabeth, she's great. Good person. They're gonna be coming here again, I think, next month.
Oh, lit.
Okay, so you do acting, you do voice acting,
Yep.
right? Have you ever gotten behind the mic? Do you sing?
No.
You
absolutely.
dance?
In my room in private. But or if I'm in the club. If I have a couple drinks and I'm in the club and they turn on Lose Control by Missy Elliott, I'm over there. Like Terry Crews and White Chicks.
So look, the reason why I'm asking you these questions, have you ever thought about doing have you done a musical?
I haven't done a musical, but I've done Broadway.
You've done Broadway.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, the acting I've done mostly has been on stage, and that is another talent in itself.
Oh my God.
Right?
It's like a whole different medium. And like, I do stand up a lot. I do open mics once a week, and then I do shows here and there. But Broadway is its own beast.
Yeah.
Like I tell actors that ask me how the experience was all the time, like Broadway, you have to be like those guys, oh my God. Every week they got to memorize the same lines, and like once the camera or the curtain goes up, that's action.
Yeah, and they're doing 8-9 shows a week.
8-9 shows a week.
Yeah.
It's brutal. And you're in the thick of it, like just being in the thick of it. And
but
playing
there's definitely a connection that's not on a set, right? Like so on the set, you're playing to the camera.
Yep.
That's one form of the art form.
Yep.
But then the other, where you're on stage and they're in front of you and you can hear the good stuff and the bad stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, the auditory reactions in real time.
Question for you, regarding a live audience.
Sure.
Right? Would you rather an audience that is, not into your stuff and vocally letting you have it, or you could hear a pin drop and nobody's doing anything? If you had to pick your choice, all right, I'm going to do a live gig, what would you rather hear?
That's a good question, man.
Yeah.
I would say, I'll hit you with this. I'm down for both. I like the criticism because it lets me know what you don't like and what I can get rid of and throw away. But when you hear a pin drop and when it's silent, that means you're doing something right.
True.
That means you got them locked in. They're invested in your performance.
True.
If they're talking and like, hey man, you see that thing I watched?
If you
yeah, it's like, damn, I don't got them.
It's funny. Another actor,
hecklers are motivators.
Another comedian came in. The reason why I asked that, and his clip just went up the other day, and it reminded me of it. Dom, he's a comedian,
okay,
and he was saying that in his case, he's like, when you're doing a comedy show, he's like, I'd rather hear some people heckle me because at least I know they're listening.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
I never thought of it like that.
And I never thought of it like that too. When he said that, I'm like, you know what? I guess, yeah, sure.
Yeah,
because
he's on the money because they're listening. Hey, man, fuck that joke.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
So you did hear it.
You heard it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and like you said, then you can learn and go, I'll take that one out.
I never thought of that. Yo, Dom, that was good. That was good. I like that.
Yeah,
I'm going to use that.
It's like when you hear a pin drop at a comedy show, then you don't even know where you're at.
Yeah.
Like, do they like it? Do they not like it?
100%. Because it's like, do they know where they are? Are they awake?
and comedy more than anything else, it's good to get that reaction. So like Big time. Said, like, okay, this, like, someone like a Chappelle or some of these bigger guys, before they do these big Netflix things, they're working the circuit. Like
Chappelle was at the Comedy Store.
Yeah, they're working it because they want to see what hits, what doesn't hit.
You have to do that as a comedian because you gotta do open mics before you do the shows. Before they put you on the flyer, you got to go around and do these open mics.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't get your feet wet, but it lets you do your joke for people who like comedians or people who are just come. They pay a couple dollars to see you tell some jokes. And you could tell if they like it based on their reaction. So I've never gotten heckled, but I've seen people get heckled, and it sucks. I feel bad for them.
Yeah.
Or they don't get any laughs. Like, I don't write my stuff, so I feel like for comedians, I would say don't write. Like, if you're going to write your jokes, memorize them before.
Okay.
Because then you don't want to be on stage flipping through note cards, because you're wasting stage time.
Yeah.
Because you're just like, okay, this joke didn't, all right. Last night, I just get up there and just talk.
Let it rip.
I just let it rip. Freestyle, baby.
So what do you do on your free time? What kind of hobbies you got? Are you fully invested like me?
Hobbies. I watch movies. I exercise. I go for walks. I just watch a lot of film.
Okay.
Play video games.
Yep.
I'm rocking Call of Duty Black Ops 2 again. For the 80th time. That's my game. That's and 2K. Nice. I'm a 2K fan. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They I never got into the video game world.
Really?
I believe it or not, I don't know why. I was weird. I was a movie guy.
Me too. I'm a huge cinephile, bro.
So like,
not a joke.
When I was growing up and kids were like, we'd go to family parties or friend parties, bunch of kids would be playing video games in a room, and I'd be watching movies with the adults.
That's
I
literally
like the movies.
that
was my move.
honestly, that was me. I love watching movies.
Yeah.
I've been watching movies since I had conscious thoughts.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I can't remember a time when I wasn't watching movies.
Yeah, it was part of the culture, and
Oh my God.
Like that big joke with me and my friends is we can literally sit down for hours and just have conversations using quotes from movies.
Dude, me and my buddy John, shout out to John, him and I talk in quotes.
Yeah.
We don't ever have normal conversations.
Yeah.
Every now and then we'll have a normal conversation. Everything else is a quote from a film.
Oh, absolutely. Like,
And people are sitting there looking at us going, the fuck are they doing?
what are they talking about? They don't know.
It's like, hey, you're not one of us. You can't. Nope. It's nerd stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Think I'm funny? What do you mean, funny like a clown?
What am I, a joke to you?
What am I,
a joke to you?
Exactly.
Shout out to Joe Pesci, baby.
Jersey
Jersey
finest.
legend.
Belleville, baby.
Did he retire officially? Because he was in The Irishman a couple years ago.
I think only Scorsese gets to pull him out of
I
to
mean,
work.
hey, Scorsese asked you or me to do a film. I'm coming out.
When, where, what do you want me to
What
wear?
you want? Yeah, shit. Time and place, brother. I'm there.
I'll even work.
Give me the call sheet.
I'll work on camera and off camera if they gets me even more.
Craft services?
Yeah, no problem.
You ever have craft services before?
Yes.
It's good, right?
Yeah, beautiful.
Woo!
Well, I came up in the TV game, so in the TV game,
Oh,
it's
they feed you on
it's
TV.
the green room. Yeah, and the green room is packed
Yo,
with
they
fruit and
feed your ass on TV. You go
bagels.
Yo, for y'all watching, if you guys are actors, you do a TV show, niggas feed you on TV.
100%.
The craft service, I know people they become actors just to eat the food on the set.
Yeah.
They just eat and say, all right, I'm done, man. I'm ready to go.
This is cool.
Yeah, man.
So I think Lamar might be trying to get in here. Is there anything else you want to tell the people out there?
Nah, man. Just check out Hood Tunes episode 4, August 7th on YouTube. Dirty Divas is coming out this summer. A Hood said he wants to try to drop that on his birthday.
Okay.
Yeah, so it'll probably be out then. A Hood Comedy Show's coming out on Tubi soon. And that's getting a sequel. You heard it here first. I don't know if...
I heard rumblings of
Oh,
that.
you did?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah. So you heard it here second. A Hood Comedy Show 2 is coming, and I'm in
I
that.
didn't put it out there, but yeah, it is.
Yeah. So yeah, man, we just working, staying consistent, man. Check me out. You can follow me on Instagram at @TheRealShawnShank_redemption, and that's how you can keep up with everything that I'm doing, man.
Sure.
Yep. And shout out to my boy Jacob Lesh. We got a movie coming out March 29th at Garden State Film Festival, The Earbud. Shout out to Jacob Lesh, Michael Barnable, my boy Ryan Malecki, John Farrell, all the homies, man. You guys are the best.
Beautiful.
And A Hood, of course, in the film family.
That's it.
Big Mouth, appreciate you, my man.
My man. Beautiful.
Appreciate
I'm
you.
so glad you came through.
Dude, thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you for coming through.
This is incredible.
I love it.
It's not going to be my last time here either.
Not-
Trust and believe.
Oh, of course not.
Yeah, I don't want to impose myself, but I love the setup. I was geeking when I walked in here. It's crazy.
That was kind of the goal when we set it up.
Hell
but,
yeah, well, goal achieved.
Thank you.
My man.
All right, we're out.
We out.
Peace.